Hi there guys, surprise surprise, I have the Tuono 457 with me. The word Tuono in Italian means thunder. So I've been riding the thunder since yesterday. Believe it or not, boy, it rumbles like the thunder. Thanks to the 270-degree crank angle, this thing is an absolute weapon for those who love roadsters or naked sport bikes. And this is a different breed of naked sport. This is like a beefed up muscle bike. There's nothing like it in its price point. Like the MT-03 is more of a sharpshooter, super sleek and slim, slender, mean machine. And I would equate it to a nice and calculated, sophisticated daredevil. This one is no holds barred. This one is like the Punisher, who would go all out in a total brawl. So this thing is a street brawler. That's how insane and untamed this machine is. Okay, so now we are in the dewarp mode so that the bike is much more easily visible. Now this is the headlamp. Now not many are liking this headlamp because having seen the Tuono V4 and the Tuono 660, which looks absolutely stellar, one of the most beautiful looking naked sport bikes, and suddenly you have a change in this headlamp setup for the 457. People are not able to digest this. I think this is something that will grow on you with time. I'm not sure. Like more than the pictures, it looks better in person. Especially front head-on, you have this front spoiler, so you know that this is a beast when they give you a front lip or a spoiler for a naked bike. And the DRLs look absolutely stunning. They have that kind of Tuono-ish kind of a heritage, but a larger bikini fairing or a quarter fairing of the Tuono headlamp setup would have made this an absolute stellar proposition in terms of scorching hot looks. The rest of the bodywork is all similar to the RS457. Now, what are the differences? First of all, this is minus the fairing. Secondly, the tank is slightly smaller. This is a 12.7 litre tank. The RS457 is a 13 litre tank. The sprocketing. So this one gets a larger rear sprocket. So it is just larger by one tooth. It's not significantly larger, but that makes a world of difference. It's absolutely super light. 175 kilos. That's pretty much it for the kind of power it has on offer. I mean, 47.5 PS, 43.5 Newton meters. And a 6-speed super slick gearbox. Well, this one doesn't get the quick shifter as standard, but I think you don't need it because the clutch is feather light and the gears engage without any issues. They have sorted that gearbox issue which the first lot of the RS457 had. In this one, the gear shifts are much more smoother. They engage cleanly without any false neutrals, so that is a good thing. At least with this bike, I didn't have any issues. Then the underbelly exhaust, then the tried and tested beautiful the Heritage engine with 54 world titles, and this comes out, this is the 457 parallel twin engine that liquid cooled fuel injected engine that puts out 47.5 PS and 43.5 Newton meters. And boy, the kind of torque band this bike has on offer is what makes it stand out. I mean, right from 3000 RPM, the kind of torque delivery you get, the wave of torque that hits you is insane, and that is what puts a smile on your face. This is the speedo console. This is the 5-inch speedo console. You can actually play around with the settings. Just quickly shift to neutral, turn on the ignition, and I think the traction is 3 levels of traction control, with third level being the most intrusive. And you can also long press this and disable traction control to pull off those wheelies effortlessly. And then you have the riding modes. So here you have the layout of the entire dash, which is similar to that of the RS457. The console, the trip meters, music connection, phone calls, navigation, everything is well taken care of. Let's see whether we can change the okay, so we are into the main menu once we long press the right side button. So first we have vehicle, shift light programming, calibration and all these things, dashboard, what you want to be displayed in the dashboard, multimedia, lap timer, service. Okay, yeah, so here is the riding mode button, switch between eco, rain and sport at the flick of a switch. So that makes it all the more easier. Don't think that the display is flashing, it's because of the frame rate. Now engine kill switch, integrated starter button, high beam flasher. You don't get adjustable levers. Yeah, no adjustable levers, so that's one thing. High beam flasher, joystick controls. Yeah, 54 volt titles here being emphasized. A beautifully laid out design. The rear cowl makes it sharper and sleeker with a encapsulated kind of grab handle, and the pillion seat also. See, might as well do away with the pillion seat, because this is more of a solo ridden machine or solo enjoyed machine. Then comes the chassis. The chassis is a beautiful twin spar aluminum chassis, as you can see, the most lightweight chassis in its segment. And the swing arm, unfortunately, is not aluminum, it's pressed steel is what they say. But look at the swing arm, it is such a lovely laid out. It's almost like a gull-wing swing arm. Yeah. And the suspension, 41 mm USD forks, preload adjustable, and then 320 mm bi-braid disc. And you have 220 mm disc at the back, dual channel ABS and radiator. Okay, you have a massive radiator right over there. The heat management is better, and yeah, the twin pipe carbonate 2-in-1 exhaust with the underbelly exhaust. Even the monoshock is preload adjustable. Again, look at the Aprilia branding right over there. That gives you an idea of the kind of adrenaline this bike packs. Then Durogrip tires. Now these tires do the job. They need to, first of all, you need to warm up the tires before you start pushing this bike. That is a must. And then you have also the balancer weights on this for better wheel alignment and wheel balancing. That is something you need to note. Yeah, 150 section rear tire. Is it a 150 section rear tire? This is a 160 section rear tire. Yeah, I don't recall. So it is 160 section rear tire, the widest in its class. 120 up front, and look at the way it stands, like a beefed up muscle boxer. So this thing is really a fun bike to ride. And the handlebar, the positioning of the handlebar is so damn perfect, nice and wide, and minimum effort, maximum fun. The foot pegs are again positioned just the way for the RS457, so slightly rear set and slightly lifted up for for those hardcore corner junkies who want to corner really hard on this machine on the track or through canyon carving, all while riding through the guards or riding through the wildlife reserves where you have beautiful roads. So that's pretty much it. This is the overview. Prices around. So the price is around 3.95 lakhs for the Tuono 457. 3.95 lakhs. So that's pretty reasonable price. It is more expensive now with the price cut that has happened for MT-03, but this is something special that you have to ride and experience. So there have been a lot of talk, ifs and buts. Even I was not impressed with the kind of pictures that were coming online. I felt this was not necessary, because the RS457 is such a beauty. It is one of the most beautiful looking motorcycles in the entire segment, and at least one of the most beautiful looking bikes in the entire motorcycle industry. That's how beautifully made it is. And this one looked a little out of sort, but in person it looks a lot better. It looks beefier, it looks muscled up, and it looks like a proper muscle bike. So that's what happens when unless and until you see it in the flesh, you can't really start commenting. But anyway, I enjoyed riding it. You'll see the oohs and ahs coming out, the exclamations. You enjoy the ride impression. So prices already mentioned, and now the fuel economy. Around 26 kmpl is the fuel economy. 25 to 26 give and take depending on how you ride. But that's pretty much it. This is the bike for you, the Tuono 457, the Thunder 457. I mean, the word Tuono stands for thunder in Italian. So that's pretty much it. If you like what you see and want to see more pure automobile content, stay tuned. Let's hit the road now and let's pop some wheelies. Okay guys, so it's time to ride the Thunder, the Tuono 457. The 270-degree crank makes it sound like a V-twin rumble with the finesse and refinement of a parallel twin. Let's see. Okay guys, so let's go for a short ride and see what the Tuono 457 is actually made up of. Intense acceleration, very stable. The twin spar frame, the twin spar aluminum frame really does a fabulous job at offering superb stability. And the best part about this bike is the engine. Seat is pretty comfortable. It's not something that's very hard like that of Duke 390. So this is just to give you a glimpse of what this bike is capable of. I'm not trying for the top speed because I think the tire pressure is too high. Bike is starting to wobble beyond 150. Don't want to take chances though the road is virtually empty here. So that is one thing, because I think if the road tire pressure would have been better, because I clocked close to 180 plus on the RS457. Of course that's a fair bike, but the tires, yeah, other auto journals were also complaining about the tires. The Eurogrip Pro Torque SRs, they are good, but they are not able to support the kind of power delivery or the torque delivery, the explosion of torque that you get with this motorcycle. So that is where the bike falls short. So maybe Wordstein tires or Apollo tires, I think they could do a better job on this bike to support the chassis, support the potential of the full potential of the motorcycle. Yeah, apart from that, as I told you, nice and wide handlebar, comfortable seat. The pillion seat is like not very spacious, but this is primarily a solo riding motorcycle, and you can take it touring. You can enjoy it daily. The heat management is better. It is not getting too hot. In fact, yesterday I was riding through the city, and it was getting hot, but not to the point of bothering you really badly. Though the suspension is on the stiffer side, it doesn't bother you all that much, especially while going over rumblers. This is one bike that didn't give me jitters while going over the rumblers. So I think that's the best part about the suspension, and it holds the ground. It gives you the right direction of travel. It gives you a very good confidence inspiring feel to push it to the limits. For now, let's keep it at one and enjoy this amazing, beautiful, one fine morning here in Hyderabad. So overall, this is an explosive street fighter. Just forget about the styling of the headlamp. Maybe you can revise it or put some aftermarket there, but it is something, it might grow on you with time. It has that beefed up muscle bike feel that no other bike offers in this. MT-03 is a very refined, sharp, sleek, sharpshooter motorcycle, razor sharp precision. Duke 390 is a single cylinder, so that doesn't come into the equation. These are twin cylinder motorcycle shootout. Sorry, the MT-03 is more like Daredevil. This one is more like the Punisher. Yeah, I think this comparison is better. So the MT-03 is like the Daredevil, very sophisticated in its approach, whereas this one is just outright brawl. So this is like the Punisher, it doesn't hold back, and it has that rumble, it has that rugged feel to it every time you ring the throttle, and that is a different character that some people prefer over the others. So that is what makes it standard. So the character, the experience is very special, very unique to this roadster, and that's what I keep telling you. It reminds me of the F900R Street Fighter from the BMW Motorrad bike. So BMW Motorrad portfolio, and that is what makes it stand out. So tank could have been at least 13 liters, a 12.7 liter tank, very not so great fuel economy. It's around 25 or 26 kmpl maybe in real world conditions, and it can get a little worse if you are pushing it to the limits. So that is something you need to understand. Apart from that, refinement, as I told you, it is a fine line. If you want butter smooth refinement, it is like that MT-03. But if you want refinement with a little bit of character and feel to it, then this is the bike. And that is where that experience of this bike, of that 270-degree crank, makes a very, very, a lot of difference in making it stand out in this price range. So that is what gives it character. So that's pretty much it. If you like what you see and want to see more pure automobile content, stay tuned for more action right here at Dino's World. See you guys next time. Cheers.